life? Feel like money, what the real life? Making that money. Now tell the DJ bring it back. 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 What it sound like?
Wherever y'all at.
Oh, good.
All right. Hey, y'all, what's up? It's B with the Hustle and Tea, and I'm here today with my girl, Gabby. What's up, girl?
Hey.
Gabby, I met Gabby actually at Waffle House. Oddly, she was in one of my orientation classes, and we just got cool. She happened to be working at the store I work at, and she's a really cool chick. Mm-hmm. You can tell everybody where they can follow you on social media, and just tell people a little bit about yourself. Where you from? Where you plan on doing?
Okay.
How we met at Waffle House. Quick little intro.
Yeah. So IG, all my socials, I'm on IG, Facebook, and Snap. IG is Unique Curves 903. Facebook is just my regular name, Gabrielle Mathis. Snap is glot_2020. And I am from a small town called Corsicana. So, just migrated my little country self on up here and ended up working at the Waffle House, just a job in between jobs, just to keep some money flowing. And I met this amazing person, Bianca. And it's just been a whirlwind since. That's just my girl. But yeah, for the most part, it's just a small town girl trying to make her way up right now. Yeah. That's what it's been for me.
When you say small town, because I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and Fort Worth is not as big as Dallas, but it's one of like the 5 biggest cities in Texas. Mm-hmm. And it's not that big to me. So when people say a small town, do everybody go to the same high school? Small town?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like small town, like we got one school for everything. We got like a couple of elementaries, but when you get to middle school and intermediate school, and it's just one high school.
Wow.
Like one high school.
So everybody know everybody business.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Wow. What made you actually come here to the Dallas area, pretty much?
Well, this is actually my second go around coming back to the Metroplex. The first time I moved up here was just off of journey, wanting to explore the different opportunities because the small town just ain't never been my type of vibe. And then my second time coming up here was due to a significant other, obviously, and which we both know about that, and it's just kind of been a thrive to wanting to stay since I've been older and realizing more opportunity up here.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's what brought me the second time. It was due to a, significant other.
Well, I mean, even though I guess that relationship didn't work out, I'm just glad we met.
Right, exactly.
Because I think you're cool as fuck. Gabby is a boy mom of 2 as well. We both have 2 sons.
Yes.
Shout out to all the boy moms. We have Mother's Day coming up. Mm-hmm. Ladies, remember, love yourself, self-care, do something for you. Everybody don't celebrate holidays or whatever, but I think that certain days you need to just remember your family, but Mother's Day, remember yourself.
Exactly.
Do something for yourself. I think we should, try to do like a spa day. Because we never did that.
Oh my gosh.
But I
definitely need it.
Yes, we need to. For sure.
When is Mother's Day? I just lost
Sunday.
Okay. This Sunday?
One of these Sundays coming up. I have to look on
See, you lost train of thought like I
did. It's one of these Sundays. I know it's real soon.
Okay.
It's this month. I know that it's real
Somewhere
soon.
in May.
Yes. So, what are your future looking like with kids? You want any more?
No, not while I'm single. I don't want any more kids, but I am open for one. I just want one little girl. Like, I never got the girl. Obviously, we just announced we are boy moms. Mm-hmm. Never got my little girl, and I've always been a diva and loved, certain things. Same. So it's like,
our daughter is needed.
Exactly. Yeah. I just need a little doll.
Need a princess.
Just need a little doll. So, yeah, if I ever made that step and went into that part of my life where I decided I wanted to make that choice with someone, I probably would. I'm open to that. But as of right now, while I'm single and chilling, we not.
Yeah. Same here. So
I'm
with
good.
me personally, I do want one more because my dream was always to have 3. I only have 2. But I just can't be a baby mama. So I have to be a wife. So how do you, I mean, because you have 2, right? So this will be your 3rd child and 3rd baby daddy. How do you feel about that?
See, the first 2, we okay. But this 3rd time with this different mindset and this growth in my life, we definitely not trying to be another baby daddy or have another baby daddy. So I wouldn't even qualify that man as baby daddy already. You see what I'm saying? Like, no. Even having a child by him, he's not baby daddy. He's definitely husband.
Are you on birth control?
Yes. Yes. I'm not taking no slip.
What are you on?
I use a birth control called Eshore, which is supposed to be similar to tying your tubes, but it's permanent. So
what do they do? What did they do?
Basically, it's just like a little metal cord that goes in your tubes and it keeps them together to keep you from releasing eggs.
Did you have to have a surgery?
Kind of, sort of. That they would call it that, but it's really more like a deep breath. A deep breath insert. We're done.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like getting a culture or something, like they just
kind of
put
sort of
something up.
And it kind of migrates. That like the way they do it, they feel around for a second, but they get it in there and you come back in 2 weeks.
When did you get that?
Right after that second one. We did not waste no time.
So while he was like a baby, you went and got it?
Yeah. We
How did you hear about that? They were just telling you about different birth controls?
Funny story. Honestly, after that second birth, it was so hard on me. Like just giving birth. So both of my births my mom experienced with me. And that second one, just as much as it took out of me, it took out of her. So it was, I really didn't have a choice. Even though I was like grown, my mama was just like, no, she need to tie her tubes like right now.
How old were you?
I was, I want to say I was maybe 20, 21.
Okay.
So, I mean, I was grown, but
you
I
were
wasn't
still living
grown.
with your mama?
No, not really. No. I had my own spot, but it was...
Why she felt like she could tell you what to do then?
Because it was a hard birth. I'm telling you. Like, I was trying to get off the table. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. And it was harder compared to my first one.
You had a C-section?
No.
Oh.
Both of my kids were natural, no drugs.
Damn, girl, you a soldier. You a soldier, because I had a C-section and they leave the thing in you and you just press the thing for the medicine to release. And I just kept pressing it because I don't like to feel no pain. And the doctor was like, "It's only so much gonna come out." And I'm like, I don't care. Like in my mind, you know. So shout out to all you natural birth giving mothers, because I could not imagine. Even though I know that they
really
used to do
though.
it back in the day, I can't imagine, girl. I was so scared of just. I know that's the way babies are born, but if there's a will, there's a way. And I don't want my vagina just.
Yeah, because it definitely splits. It hurt. It hurt like a mug. But I mean,
I'm a real bitch when it comes to just stuff like, you know, I am not a pain freak. I cannot, girl. But
definitely a pain freak too. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't shooting for that type of pain whatsoever, but it was more or less like that was more of my journey. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, take those precautions, especially with having a baby at a young age that first time. I'm 16, 17. I don't know what these drugs is about. So I really didn't want to go into that. Plus, he was an easier birth anyway. I had him in an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Type thing. Because I walked majority of that pregnancy.
Yeah.
So it made it really, really easy. But that second one, yeah, he was hell. He was very much hell. It was.
They definitely say every pregnancy different.
Very much
Same
so.
for me too.
Yeah.
What was so like bad about it? You know?
I think he was just a lazy baby. He didn't want to like just come on. I literally excuse me, I literally naturally induced my second son. It's an old remedy people used back in the day: castor oil, orange juice, walk, and you in labor.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did, and I was in labor within an hour. But he was still being stubborn, so it was. I screamed at my doctor, and I was just like, you know what? He being stubborn. Just do me a C-section right now. Do it. Do it right now. And she was like, are you sure you don't want to do this? You don't want to do this. And she just kept fussing with me for about 10 minutes, and I'm having contractions. And I'm like, bitch, if you don't go get...
Was it time for him to come? Like,
it was time for him for me. Yeah. He was getting evicted today. But, yeah, it was hard for him. And it was like, after she went to go prep for the C-section, I kind of turned and tried to lay on my side and also get off the table at the same time. And then all of a sudden, I just start pushing. Yeah. It was a really hard pregnancy. So, yeah, I
Lily. He's so sweet now. Like, he's the sweetest little boy.
My little problem child turned out to be the sweetest ever. But, yeah. He was the hardest one, and that was also like the topping on it. Like my mom, she, like I said, always been by my side through everything. So that second pregnancy, I'm stressing her out just as much as I'm stressed out. So she was speaking for me as I'm grown, telling these people she need birth control. She needs something tied up. She not having no more kids. 2 is enough.
So do you ever regret that?
Well, tying my tubes or using the birth control she recommended? No. In some cases, yes. Because
so I feel you on that, because don't get me wrong. Like, okay, out of all the guys I dated, I think Isaiah is the one that probably would have got a baby out of me if I didn't do some type of birth. So it's always that one thing like, fuck, I'm glad I had a baby. He's a good dude. It's just that some dudes, you know, you would hate to have that attachment to.
That. But and that's why I'm not mad about it.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like
another baby, but
yeah, like I feel like my mama saved my life on many instances because I've dated some stupid people.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I would have been pregnant the first year by him. I know I would have.
You see what I'm saying? You know the energy me and you give off.
Yeah.
It's good. So everybody try to get pregnant. They try to get you pregnant.
Yeah.
For no reason. So it's like,
yeah, it's true. Niggas be trying to trap bitches too, for real.
For real.
If you a certain type of woman, that nigga is gonna try to. And I done had at least like 3 guys that I know for sure try to get me pregnant, and I'm just like, bro, it's not gonna happen.
It's like
my doctor did her thing. She understood the assignment.
That part.
I can have a baby when I get ready.
My ex-fiance just 2 years ago, he tell me all the time, you should have been had 3-4 babies by now, because I was trying to put them up in you. See, I don't have time for that. Because, sir, I'm not trying to be barefoot and pregnant all the time. I'm good.
I got shit to do. I feel you on that. So, you say you came down here.
Yep.
Because you were in a relationship. Okay.
Yes.
So, I know the guy you were in a relationship with. I don't think I ever got to meet him. But I knew a lot about him. Why... Okay, how long was y'all dating before you said, you know what, I'm gonna come move in?
I never said that. That was the whole point. Never said I'm gonna come move in. The word was, I don't want you to go home.
One day you came to visit?
Yes.
And that's what he said?
Yes. So we was dating about 3 months. I'll say about 3 months, and it was just a regular dating experience, like long distance. I would come there. He would.
Where did you meet him?
In between jobs, I'll say. Like I was kind of going somewhere and just kind of ran into him type thing.
Okay.
But
now, before you continue,
go on.
You were actually looking for a type, and he fit your type, right?
Yes.
Because we was talking about that.
Yes.
Okay.
We was definitely talking about that. I was looking to date outside of my race for the first time. Like, black men ain't doing me right. They just not acting right. Let's try some different shit.
Yeah. what can William say? Keep trying shit, trying shit, don't work.
Yeah. Trying shit. But definitely wanted to give this different race. I mean, I was open to all races always, but I've always predominantly stuck with my black men, my kings. And hey, it was okay. Y'all done made my head spin everywhere. I'm done with y'all for a minute. Let me try something else. And I just happened to run into him. And it was like, okay, let's be open. Let's not half step be open.
Right.
Let's be open to the culture. Let's be
now,
open
what is
to
his
everything.
ethnicity, though? 'Cause he's not black.
He's not black. He was Puerto Rican and Samoan.
Okay.
So he had two different cultures that we had to kind of juggle through. And you know what I'm saying? Don't ever call a Puerto Rican a Mexican, y'all. Just FYI.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But
I've heard that a lot.
it seems
And don't
like
call a Dominican a nigga.
yeah, like
Don't even
it
do
just
it.
seems like they like that,
yeah.
but they definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. I definitely enjoyed the blissfulness beginning of the relationship, etc. Which is why, like I said, I was trying to be all the way open. I didn't want to half step. I tried to, you know what I'm saying, maneuver through some of the obstacles that I did see right away and just hope for the best because it was a different experience. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that I saw upon dating and etc. Like I definitely, you know what I'm saying, wanted to be open because I know everybody lives differently. As black people, we live differently. You know what I'm saying? We relate when we see stuff about the junk drawer and, you know what I'm saying, the trash bags we recycle when we go grocery shopping and stuff like that. And other cultures look at us like, why y'all do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of like the shift in between because he also had like a little black side. He was from New York, but he was mixed with these two different cultures. So it was kind of like having the best of both worlds because he gonna listen to Nas and black people music with me, but he's also this other culture that like to eat nothing but fucking rice and beans all the time.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's kind of why it was a great attraction. But I will say we dated about 3 months, and during that dating experience, we got it really close. It was great, and he just kind of woke up.
Honeymoon phase.
Yeah,
Everything's so good.
Yeah, kind of woke up and was just like, man, I don't ever want this to end. Like
You had spent the night at his house, or y'all got a
yeah,
room
we
talk
had
out?
got to the point
And
where
then
we
he
were that
woke up and
comfortable.
he's like, "Oh, I don't want you to go."
I don't want you to go home. I
Right.
don't like at all. You like he was just thought the world of me. Tell me he didn't want me to go home and he didn't want my boys to go home because we did have to sit down and have a dinner with them, which is, like I said, another reason it was really different. Because you don't run into a lot of black men that want to sit down and have a conversation with your kids formally.
Okay, so
What, man?
okay, so this is just me. I feel like when we be introducing our kids to men, that's kind of like a sign that we're serious.
Yes.
And I just feel like we should get something just as serious in return. So you said you never got to meet his daughter, right? Did y'all ever discuss that? Like before? I mean,
no.
okay.
I'm gonna say no, because the only time it was ever discussed was during a heated argument.
Go ahead and pour y'all drinks back up.
That part, because the cup got low and
It's 5 o'clock, shot o'clock somewhere.
it was past 5, baby. It's about 8 now. Ain't it?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere in Japan. I don't know.
Go, yeah.
California, somewhere 3 hours ahead. Okay. So, yeah. Do you feel like he got a little comfortable once it's like, okay, y'all moved in because y'all not together, so something happened. What do you think the problem mainly was in your last relationship? Because that was your last relationship, right? With him. And you single. Gabby is single. She's dating, but she's single. Because that's what you got to do nowadays. I feel like when you get exclusive with a guy, everything just started going bad.
Yeah.
So you should just date him forever. Even if he's your husband, you dating him. Because as long as he feel like, oh yeah, I got her, she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
No.
That's
You better have in your head, you gotta forever chase me.
Yes.
I already got you. I'm just saying. You just gotta think like that. So, what do you think the main problem was? Do you think mainly because y'all moved too fast? Because I think y'all moved too fast. But it's people that got with people that soon and they've been together years. So we all know that don't matter.
Time definitely doesn't.
But that's just my
serve
opinion.
essence when it comes to love.
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
really don't. You can.
But I definitely, like I said,
anytime.
in the Black culture, we gotta observe a person for so long. You know what I'm saying? We feel like we gotta date this person or be together for at least a year or two max before we like, okay, we might move in. We can move in
You might
now.
be the one.
You know what I'm saying? I done been to your house a couple times. It kind of be clean. You straight. And like I said, dating him, I was sitting there the whole time because, as you know, B, I told you, I gave up a lot. I gave up a home. I had a house already. You know what I'm saying? Fully furnished house, backyard,
I mean,
carport.
but I'm not sitting here. I'm sitting here drilling her, but I know I do some stupid shit too when it comes to niggas. But what will make you say, you know what? We only been dating a couple months, but everything you saying is so supportive and I'm feeling it. I'ma just come like, I did it. You know, I did that with Isaiah. I moved out my condo and moved in where he was at, but I had my reasons for why. I just felt like
that's what I'm saying.
You know,
it was definitely a reason. Like, to me, that relationship made me feel like it was worth it. You see what I'm saying? I felt like I was going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is why I tell you all the time when we talk, men are Academy, you know what I'm saying, Grammy nominees all the time because they know how to act so well.
They do.
And
that's why it's so many good male actors.
Yes.
They know what part to play.
Exactly.
Until they get what they need.
That question, what kind of man do you like? All of those questions pop up so they can know how to act. They
That's
act
why,
accordingly.
I don't answer those questions.
No more.
Yeah.
No more. But yes, I'm just gonna say I felt safe. You know what I'm saying? And to any other woman out here that may be watching, that word safe, that word security means a lot to us. You know what I'm saying? Especially being single by ourselves, just with two innocent standbys, you know what I'm saying, our kids type thing. That extra security, that safety, it feels great. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be in my face and up my butt, but to be in the vicinity so I know I'm safe, it's always a good feeling. And to feel secure, like somebody got your back and you ain't got to hold everything by yourself, top tier. You see what I'm saying? So to me, like I said, even with some of the things that I observed along the dating situation with this young man, I definitely...
Why are you calling him? This girl is so old school. Now, why you calling him a young man?
And he older than me. That's the horrible part.
That's what I'm finna say. How old is he?
He was 35, 37. He lied so much. I don't...
You ain't never look at his license? I be all up in the nigga's business all day, girl. That's why I be in that motherfucking phone. He be like, you don't go through his phone. Shit. That motherfucker can be lying about who he is. A picture of his birth certificate might be in the phone.
I have seen a picture of his ID a couple times, but I just really didn't. I looked at the picture to see if the motherfucker was the motherfucker. But it wasn't like I was really checking for a date. I think I remember seeing, long as I saw the word, the number 19 in front of it, I knew he was old enough. 19 something, whether it be 90, 80
I mean, why did you say he lied so much though?
Friend.
Like, I know you didn't. Damn, you think he lying about his age? That's crazy.
Because, I saw messages where he was telling people he was 25. And it was
why do you think he was doing that? Did you see the girls? Were they young?
Girl, I don't know. I couldn't tell you why that man lied to them people. I could. I really could. I wish I could. But,
oh my God.
I mean, I really felt, honestly, I really probably feel like he had a bunch of personalities where he felt like he could be anybody at any given time. Because I also saw during the relationship where he had other accounts where he would sell pictures, nude pictures of celebrities. Sell. Yes. These people are cash apping him daily. You hear me?
What?
Yeah. Like he had different identities and I feel like
wait.
Don't ask me.
Wait, where did you see this at? On the iPad?
Yeah, remember?
What did
Connection
you do?
to the iPad.
So you just went on a Cash App?
No.
Or how did you see all this?
It was like Cash Apps coming through for $2 or $3 at a time throughout the day, and I just never really thought nothing of it. But what really struck me was one day we just kind of tapped into the photo album because you know how men are when they take pictures of us, just random pictures. And he took a picture of me this particular day that I didn't too much like. You know how we are. If it don't look right, delete it, bro.
I done did that before going through my dude. I'm like, oh, why he got this ugly? Delete. Yeah.
I happened to go to this album and he had sub albums. And
sub albums.
Like
that was the name of the album?
No, it wasn't the name of the album, but it was like, you know, you got the Snapchat album, the main album, and it was sub albums all through it. And one of them, I just happened to scroll, and it was a female with her legs open, and I was like, wait, what? But you know, I'm thinking, okay, it might be porn, but then I'm, you know, the curious woman in me, I'm gonna click it. So I clicked it and I get to scrolling and I'm like, oh, this is Beyonce. Oh, this is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how is he getting these pictures? And then I get to...
There were nude pictures of celebrities? Mm-hmm. Did they Photoshop their face on them?
I don't fucking know. I don't
know. And so that made you just look into more stuff.
Yeah, and then that's what made me start digging. And I'm realizing, okay, this is why $2 and $3 is coming through all throughout the day. And he finally opened up and told me that he had a folder that he sold those pictures. So he was always on Instagram and Twitter really actively like this because he would always run into some pictures, or he have celebrities or other girls from OnlyFans that he would record their stuff and sell that too. Like, yeah, people just crazy.
You never told me that. I am shocked.
Friend.
Wow. I mean, so that was like a side hustle for him. Mm-hmm. How did you feel when he told you that? Honestly.
I felt a little bamboozled because it was more or less I was finding out more and more. And that's why I kind of gathered he had a bunch of different personalities. And I say that because it was like, okay, when I met you, you told me, you know what I'm saying, XYZ about your parents. And I can't say too much about that because I vowed to keep that between me and him or whatever. Right. But he told me XYZ about his parents. And you know what I'm saying, going down the line of meeting him and getting closer. One day his aunt calls and she don't speak English, but I find out the truth. You know what I'm saying, about how his parents actually passed away. And then it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It
Why would he lie about that?
You see what Well, we not on camera, I'll tell you about that.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It was like he was living in different worlds in his head where he could be who he wanted to. You see what I'm saying? Because now I question if he's even from New York. I'm just saying.
Birth certificate, bitch. You should have just asked him one day, let me see your birth certificate. If you don't have one, let's go get it. Just curious. Like, who are you?
Who are you?
So how long were y'all dating before you started really realizing, like, this, I don't know who this is? Because after 3 months, y'all move in. Mm-hmm. How long was the relationship?
The relationship was about... It wasn't even a full year.
Damn.
It wasn't a full year. Didn't make it a full year. God. Maybe a hot 9 months, if that.
Damn.
It wasn't very long at all.
So when you start finding all this out, you and your kids are already living with him, though, mm-hmm. right? Okay. It's one of those situations I'm finna ask you. So did you pray your way out, or did you just...
No, I was on some enough type shit. I had to scape. You hear me? I wanted to go find a whole nother identity and some motion.
Oh my God.
But no, you know, I remember, like I told you when it all went down, you know, you've been with me throughout this whole thing and how it went down with him. As I started to find things out, you know, I felt like my kids needed to be removed first, because to me, the things I found out and how I found them out about this young man, it was on you could see trauma coming. You see what I'm saying? And the trauma wouldn't be just with him. It would be for the whole household. Mm-hmm. So before I let you install this trauma in my babies, I'm going to move them. Mm-hmm. So that's when I made up an excuse of, well, we finna be doing a lot of moving. So let's put the kids somewhere stable until we get where we gonna go. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because we were in the midst of looking for another apartment in XYZ. And we just didn't know when we were gonna move out. We didn't know if we were gonna pay the rent at that apartment and then move, or how we were gonna do it. So I was like, until we get settled and figure out where we're gonna go and find a decent enough apartment because this lady under us is complaining. Let's just move my kids. Let's move the kids back to Corsicana where they know everybody. I got support there because that's, you know what I'm saying, that's where my family is. So let's just move them back there, and you know what I'm saying, whenever we get situated, bring them back home and chill. And he believed that. You know what I'm saying? And that was pretty much my intention, to remove them, but not for that particular reason I said.
Yeah.
You know, so I removed them, and then it was, you just happened to come up. I feel like that Colorado trip was the Lord.
Why you say that?
I feel like the Lord gave me an escape route.
Okay, pause.
What?
So right now, y'all, we're getting into all the women. If you are trying to escape a mental or physical abusive relationship, and you got all these excuses, these are steps that some of y'all can take. First, if you do have kids, remove the kids, because the kids are gonna hold you back. That's why I only got 2 of them, okay? Because when you go through shit in life, you have to drag these kids with them, because the baby daddy 9 times out of 10 done left them. So no matter what you go through, life is up and down. You got those kids.
Yeah.
So once you remove the kids or find somewhere stable and safe for the kids, this Colorado trip you're talking about, this was like a work trip, right? So he's gone.
I didn't believe it at first. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it was like, after I got the kids out, it just kind of dropped in his lap out of nowhere. You know, it was like, hey, they just came up to me and they was like, Colorado, the Denver, you know what I'm saying, airport needs help. They need me because I know how to do everything. Which he was right. He definitely knows how to do everything when it comes to that airport type thing. But they need you for how long? And I still got to portray this concerned, jealous, want you to be here type of girlfriend in the midst of trying to...
something is up.
Yeah, so in the midst of trying to find...
Why you trying to move
escape route.
Yeah.
But that man had an issue so bad, he still didn't see me moving out anyway. Because like I told you then, I had I had the clothes packed at the front door for the longest. I didn't put them back up. I had them packed. But I feel like the Lord did definitely give me an escape route, because that wasn't nothing that was not battle, you know. How that trip dropped out of nowhere after I got my kids out of the home was God telling me go and go now. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely got a great support system, you know what I'm saying? Because when I got that opportunity and grabbed that money, it was go.
Yeah.
I left. You know what I'm saying? And I planned on living in a hotel for a while, but like I said, my support system's so great. I get calls and it's just, you know what I'm saying? I was able to still be okay in the midst of this escape route. But I got out and he definitely figured it out the hard way. I told him, you know what I'm saying, after I was well and comfortable at my best friend's house. But
so when you moved out while he was in Colorado, he was still in Colorado when you was completely moved out? And you called him or you texted him?
Neither one. It was a daily call because I was still pretending to live there. I hadn't broke the news that I left yet. So it was a matter of, you know what I'm saying, we were still talking regularly like we did as if he was there and I was here, and you know what I'm saying, I got to go to work and I'll talk to you later, or you at work, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? It was just a regular thing. I was still pretending to be at the house. And then it came to that one day where he asked me to do something at the house, and I was like...
What did he ask you to do? I'm just curious. What did he ask you to do?
I think he asked me to go look for something on the dresser or something like that. But I was like, I can't. I just kind of stopped in the middle of the conversation. And he was just like, why you can't? What's wrong with you? And I'm not there. I thought you said you wasn't doing nothing. Why you not at home? And it was...
Why couldn't you just make up something like, oh, I'm out?
No, because I had already.
What was it? You can't remember what it was he asked you to
I don't. I know he asked me to do something in the house that didn't bother me to just get up and do. It was like right there. So it was, yeah.
So you
told
just
him I couldn't.
Yeah, so you were just like, man.
Because I felt like I was, you know how you feel like you get trapped in your life?
Yeah.
So you just like.
So you like, look, man, I ain't there. I don't live there no more. I moved out.
That's how it kind of transpired. Okay. He was just like, can you look into such and such? I got a paper. I think he asked me for a loading sheet. Because like I told you, he worked at the airport. So he asked me for some kind of loading sheet because he was trying to review some records or something like that.
So while y'all was talking, you made it seem like you were just chilling at the house.
I'm chilling at the house. Okay. I had already built this lie up saying that I'm at home and I'm chilling and I'm not doing nothing. And he was just like, hey, go look into such and such and get that loading sheet and tell me what it say. And I was like, shit. Yeah, I'm not there. I thought you said you was chilling. You was sitting down. And I am. Just not there though. Like I'm not chilling, sitting down there. Why it's so quiet? Where the kids? And you know what I'm saying? He asking a bunch of questions and I just broke down and I was like, so I moved out. And he tried to fix the situation a little bit after I told him why I moved out and what happened and etc. But it just didn't justify enough for me.
Yeah.
I had been through enough with the drinking, you know? So I was uninterested.
Okay, so, a lot of men always, have their reason for why they're single. They got all these stories about women ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. But the whole time, they ain't shit. They a fucking alcoholic, abusive.
Have you tried your popsicle yet?
I have not tried it.
I'm going to try mine. But go on, I'm listening.
They're alcoholic, they abusive. They ain't got no money. That's just the basic view of why a lot of y'all men are single. And then it goes into the petty shit, like, how you are in the bedroom and you're boring, shit like that. But the main ones, abusive, alcoholic, financial reasons, okay? So abusive, I feel like, goes in with, like, aggressive men. Men that are, even if you ain't never just put your hands on a woman, if you came at a woman aggressive and all that.
Verbally abusive.
Yeah, verbally abusive, same shit.
That
like,
mess with you mentally.
Nobody gonna be with you like that. Like, a real woman gonna be like, boy, I'm finna go. Like, nobody gonna stay with you. And then, what else I say? Financial.
Yes.
I feel like, money isn't everything, but it costs to live. And if you don't have in your mind that you have to take care of a woman that you really love, then no woman is really going to stay with you except for them pick-me-ass basic bitches.
Very much so.
A boss bitch is going to leave your broke ass alone. And then what else I say? Alcoholics. Okay. So I dated this guy. I didn't date him. We were just cool. But he was cool. He spent money on me, like buy my kids stuff. Like, for real, girl, me and my kids dad broke up and he came in and just got to talking about where he was going to put different TVs and mount TVs. He was one of those dudes that would do everything with me, but he didn't want to live with me. Good dude, right? But he wasn't all that fine. He wasn't that entertaining. And he drank a lot. I don't have a problem with drinking, It's the people that drink a lot every day.
Yes.
And some dudes drink to the point to where they have bad hygiene.
Yes.
They snore really loud. They're aggressive or whatever. It's just unattractive all the way around.
Yes.
So if you're a guy out there and every day you got to have like a 12-pack, I'm probably talking about you.
Yeah.
And that's the minimum. Okay? Like every damn day you got to have a 12-pack.
Same.
Like every day. Like no matter what, you're not having a beer, you're having a 12-pack. Like, and I know people like that. And they don't see how they are.
Right.
And so that's probably why they're single.
Exactly.
Like
they
nobody
think
want to
it's
deal with that
okay.
shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Not even just a 12-pack. Because, I told you the habit with him was vodka. It was your...
So he was liquor. Like,
it was
even an alcohol,
straight liquor.
Yeah.
My stepdaddy drank beer. all the time, every day. You know what I'm saying? He drank it. He pop a beer when he getting ready to eat dinner type thing. It was just a regular drink for him. You know what I'm saying? A malt beverage. And it take a couple beers to get a man all the way there anyway. So I can deal with beer. No, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. I may even pop one with you. But the liquor hit you faster. You know what I'm saying? Alcohol hits you faster.
I just don't see how people drink like that. Like, how much is left in there? Okay, that bottle?
A lot. That's about 2 body is, you know what I'm saying, mainly consumed of straight alcohol. I feel like you out of control. Mm-hmm. You no longer control your body and what's going on with it because it became really like.
I'm just laughing because I'm thinking about all the times that I was really drunk. And that's one of the things I like about being intoxicated is I don't care what's going on.
Exactly. You just...
And yeah, so...
Just down.
Yeah. So
and
it's crazy.
I mean, at first it was I drink to sleep. Mm-hmm. And then it was, nah, you just drinking because you got drinks. And you know what I'm saying?
You didn't want to control how much you drink?
No, I never wanted to control it because the way he put it whenever I first got there was, after the days I deserve a drink. And you know what I'm saying? As women, we know how it feels to deserve some shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely there with you. But then when I started actually paying attention to your consumption, you're having tall cups, about 6 of them a night. That's more than deserving, sir.
So you used to just be sitting there looking at him just...
After a while, I started realizing that, bro, you done got up like 4 times. Like, damn. What you doing? You ain't came back with no food.
Vodka?
It was vodka and orange juice. That's it. And it like when you a woman, you pay attention to so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, men don't realize we pay attention to things all the way down to the way they draw is shaped and what kind they like. So it was like, bro, I know how you're making your drinks. I know how many times you done got up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we sitting here watching a movie and you done got up like 4 times for another refill.
God. I'm laughing because I done seen so many memes and reels of, people just making these drinks with a lot of alcohol. And I just think
and like I said, that would be cool.
Sometimes
if that hit
did you used to drink with him?
Yes, sometimes I did. Like if it was the weekend or we had an extra day off or something like that, we gonna have us day or whatever the case may be.
So did you ever say like, okay, that bottle we got? You never said, okay, baby, this enough, and just take the bottle or you never did that?
Hell no.
Why?
Why would I?
Maybe I am mean because I just feel like with men, sometimes they're like children. You have to literally be like, that's enough. Because if y'all don't say nothing, then we gonna argue.
But see, I'm gonna say this, B. Remember when I used to tell you he was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Mm-hmm. It was like 1 minute he good and the next minute he just losing his shit. It was more, I noticed the pattern. Like I told you, we notice everything as women. So I noticed the pattern with him. He could drink, but if I'm at home, his mind is at peace and he can laugh while he's drinking. He that cool nigga when he drinking. Mm-hmm. But if I'm at work, now the drinking takes place every day, whether I'm at work or not.
Okay.
When I'm at work is when it becomes a problem. When I'm at work and he's drinking, he's texting me all kind of crazy shit because he got these presumptions in his mind. Like, you know how they talk about us and we, you know what I'm saying? They say we talk to ourselves and we have a whole conversation. That was him when he drank. I would go to work. Remember, I would come to Waffle House and then I'm getting text messages of stupid shit that he done thought up in his head on his own because the alcohol has taken control. And I know every night if I know by these text messages what I'm coming home to in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes he used to be up.
Yeah, he would be up because let him tell it, drinking puts him to sleep. So I know he's up to at least 3 a.m. every night. So it was while I'm at work till about 3 a.m. He gonna text me and talk to me at 10 when I get there. You know what I'm saying? 12 o'clock, he gonna check on me again. About 1, 2, he'll text me or call me and see if I'm taking a break. We're gonna chop it up a little bit. And like I said, by that conversation of what he's texting me about before he go to sleep, I know that when I get home at 6 a.m., I'm going to have to argue with him because he's gotten drunk. And
damn,
this is just him.
So you went through this for months.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point to where everything started building up. And when he went to Colorado, because I remember you went with him for a little bit, right? You went to visit or something?
Yes. I went because he got stuck over there. They initially asked him to stay a month. And he was just like, my old lady ain't finna go for that. She not finna let me stay a month over here away from her. And like I said, me portraying, I'm like, yeah, nigga, you can't stay a month away from me. What the hell? Not knowing that's perfect timing, sir.
Yeah.
But
act like you care.
Yeah.
Like,
So
baby, that's so long.
No, I'm
the
not
whole time you like,
thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. So, like I said, they asked him to stay a month at first, and he was like, no, I can do 2 weeks. And they was like, okay, we can take 2 weeks. And they got him over there, and they didn't give him a return date. So they made him stay for a month. And that second week, they was like, bro, we need you to stay 1 more week. And he was just like, my old lady not going for that. Y'all got to send me back. And he was just like, no, I'm like, for real, we can't send you back right now. And they was like, what will it take for you to stay 1 more week? And he was like, I'll stay if y'all give me my per diem and give me this and send my old lady over here. And they obliged.
Okay.
So that's how I ended up over there in Colorado.
Okay. So when you went, did you already start moving your stuff out before you went?
Girl, yeah.
Okay.
I was already moved out.
Okay, so you already moved out. He don't know.
No, he knew when I came to Colorado because that was the point of me coming up there
okay,
to
so
him.
y'all can work on things.
He knew after, and he wasn't ready to lose the relationship just yet. So he was just like, just come to Colorado and give me 1 more chance.
Okay.
And he was just like, a different atmosphere, a different area might change your mind, XYZ, but I don't want to lose my family over alcohol.
Okay.
Because I had told him why I left. And
that's a legit reason, you know, because that's nobody wants to stay in an abusive relationship. Like, no. So you had a legit reason, no matter, even if it was other shit that was building up, that's a legit reason.
Right.
So was he still drinking?
I believe he was.
Okay. Why?
Just because I wasn't there to verify.
Right.
Like,
so when you was around him, though, he didn't drink?
When I came down there into Colorado for that week, he did not drink. Not in front of me anyway. Now, what he did when he got, because they gave him a car while he was in Colorado, he could have grabbed a beer on the way to the store, on the way to work and chugged that motherfucker or whatever the case he may have done while I was there. But while I was there, I didn't see any drinking.
Okay.
We just did a lot of smoking. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
he smoked?
No. But he was tapping into that because he wanted to take himself off of drinking. Let him tell it.
Okay, so I get it. But before he didn't smoke, really,
right?
But he was vibing with you. Okay. How long was you up there?
In Colorado?
Yeah,
for a week.
Okay, so that week, all your stuff is at your best friend's house. You already moved out. How's it going? Are you like, okay, things are vibing good, or in your head you like, it don't matter what this nigga do, I'm not moving back in?
I'm gonna say I wasn't on either of those sides at all. I was in a neutral spot because I was really open. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I had told him, I gave him the grounds before I left. I was like, listen, if I come up there, don't expect me to just immediately move back in when we come back because we're in a good spot. That's not how I'm working. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel secure now. Yes. I need to know you all the way off of this before I make any kind of move. And he was just like, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't make a move. Even, like I said, when I came back after that week, I went back to best friend's house and he continued to talk to me. And, you know what I'm saying, when he finally came back, we still tried to date and fix and mend things, but it just didn't pan out. You know what I'm saying? Because it went from one thing to another.
Okay. So when he came back, you still at your best friend's house. What was the final straw where it's like, okay, we're not talking anymore? Did you block his number? Why?
I'm definitely not gonna put that man business out there, but
they don't know who he is.
Right. I'm definitely just gonna say hygiene wise.
Okay.
The hygiene went just a tad bit too far to me. As you know, you know, we are really sticklers about that. And it was just that last thing as far as the hygiene wise that just drew the straw for me. Which we talked about that situation.
Yeah, so was it like the last time you experienced it, you was more so like, okay, this is fucking it. I'm not even doing it no more.
And it was, you know what I'm saying? The hygiene things were minor.
Some of y'all need to listen to this. Because there's some bad bitches and some fine motherfuckers out there and y'all have bad hygiene.
And we're looking over that shit.
Yeah, and they looking over it, but then it comes to a point to where they just like, I see why this motherfucker was single when I met them.
Exactly.
Because your hygiene
got duck butter on your dick.
Yeah, that's just. She said duck butter.
You got duck butter on your dick.
How can y'all listen? Find out how to keep your hygiene together. You know, however you can, like.
Because there's some OGs out here that's willing to teach you, bro. You got to smell good no matter your size.
It don't matter.
No matter your size.
You know yourself every day.
Exactly.
You know what is changing your hygiene.
You know what sweat and what don't sweat. And just do things to keep those things dry.
People lazy. If you got bad hygiene, you just lazy.
That part.
Real talk. So it was the hygiene.
Yeah.
You said bump that and just blocked it. Right? You didn't say, listen, blah, blah, blah. You just said after. I'm thinking about that meme with the frog crying. And they say when his meat stink, but you still love him.
Oh, man. I'm so done with you, B.
So when you got up, all you thinking is, I'm gonna block this nigga.
That's all I could think of. Like,
my God.
No cap. Like, I was just disgusted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a limit of just being nasty and motherfucking disgusting. Yeah. And it was motherfucking disgusting at that point.
Oh, my God.
You see what I'm saying? It was like, you knew about the things that came out that closet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You knew about the things that came out that closet.
She trying to keep it so PG-13.
I'm not keeping it PG-13.
Because I know I'm letting you talk about the things that yes, I know about that.
So it's just because, like, listen, if I post this, it's not like we talked about motherfuckers still being them other snappers, you know what I'm saying, on our views and et cetera.
I understand, like,
so if it ever came across to him, he know who I'm talking about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put your business out there, but the things that came out that closet, I tolerated them. You know, and you know what I found in that motherfucking closet.
They don't know, and they probably thinking like, what was in the closet?
You know what? If I come back on here,
you wouldn't. All I'm gonna say is you would never guess. If we played the motherfucking guess what was in the closet, y'all would never guess. That's how crazy it is. That's crazy. But keep going, girl.
If I ever come back on here, I'm gonna say this. If I ever come back and we do another girl talk, any kind of thing like that, I may spill the tea on that. For sure. I may spill the tea on what was in that closet.
All I'm going to say is that when you do come back, because she coming back.
Of course.
Everybody always tell y'all to come back. But when you come back and you talk about that, it's going to be a time, like it's going to be a story time.
Okay.
That we tell on a certain situation.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Tell us the time, the nastiest nigga you dated. Like, that. You know, or whatever, something like that. It'll be a story time we do.
Okay.
Because that's interesting. But with the stuff that came out that closet,
like I said, I tolerated it. Yeah. I tolerated it because, you know, the backstory to that. He had some depression going on and whoop-de-woo. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? As women and as mothers, you know how we are. We're naturally nurturing. So it was like, when I saw that, it was just like, oh, man, come here, give you a hug. We're going to get through this shit. Yeah. I got you. And after, it was like, okay, nigga, now, that's just nasty. Don't do that. You're not going to take the trash out? Bet we just going to have gnats, right? No. Okay. And then that last straw with the toilet seat situation, it just took me out. I can't. I'm Lorna's child for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, the women in my family tolerated a lot, but they only tolerated so much when it came to cleanliness. and then after that we just lose our shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, not only am I gonna clean up after my kids, but you mean I got to clean up nasty shit like this after you? Nah, I can't. I lost that last little bit, even trying to come back. You know what I'm saying, and mend this and etc. and look over it. Like I told you before, I just came to the conclusion it wasn't even really just wholeheartedly the hygiene. I just realized that his battle was not my fight. You know what I'm saying? It was not for me to put me and my kids through to get him better as much as I wanted to.
So you feel like you loved him, but the shit that he was going through, you felt like it wasn't for you to fix?
Right. It's, if I was alone without kids, for sure. But he had been doing it so long that I don't feel like that was something I could fathom putting my kids through, especially knowing.
What was he going through that was like depressing, you think, or because you mentioned that
I feel like he was really alone. You know how I told you he had a bunch of different personalities and etc. I feel like he was alone, which is why he made up all of these different personalities in his head and wanted to be these different people. But yeah, like I just felt like he was alone because his family that he had left work at home. His aunt that he talked to, she was in Puerto Rico. You see what I'm saying? So he would call her occasionally when he got a calling card, and he would call Samoa. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's here. So the friends he has are friends he's made at work. He has nobody to relate to. So it was really hard me tearing away from the situation because I really thought he was going to be alone again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with him not seeing his daughter
I'm
as
sure a
much.
lot of women can relate to that.
Yeah, like I didn't want that man to be alone because I had felt like I just brought him out of a really, really dark spot in his life. You know what I'm saying? To the point where he was happy. He was happy to know that people cared about him and he wasn't by himself. He came home to people every day. And it was really hard.
And I'm sure he loved your kids.
Yeah, he loved the shit out them boys. He still talks to them to this day.
Yeah.
When they be on Twitch and he plays the video games, my kids, they'll tune in and watch him play video games and stuff, and they'll kind of message him and he'll answer them on the mic and stuff like that. He'll ask them if they did their homework, XYZ. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's real cool.
So, what is your relationship status moving forward now? Because this was how long ago? How long you been single?
Me and that young man broke it off back in November. No? Yeah.
This past November?
No, December. December because it was...
It's about 5 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We broke it off back then, and you know, me and you talk all the time. Definitely my relationship status is single and dating until God come tap me on the shoulder and be like, hey, that's him right there.
So she's gonna die alone. That's what she's saying.
Pretty much. If that's what
What is your husband? Who is your husband? How would your husband look? How would your husband approach you? How do you see your husband? Tell the listeners.
I don't know.
We all have that vision of our husband in our mind. What does he look like?
He would be very similar to my ex-fiance for sure.
The one you be talking about?
Yes. He would be very
This is the one that the truck driver school is that him?
Yes.
Okay.
He would be very similar to him because I like big boys. I do.
Weight? Not
necessarily. Like a little bit of both.
So you like a
you gotta be tall,
you gotta
but
be
have
like
some
6'4",
yeah,
200-300 pounds.
No, not necessarily. No.
They can be skinny and tall.
Yeah,
you like them just. You
like them big.
Look up at them.
I just like them big, and then you can have a little physique or them shoulders. You ain't gotta necessarily have a good, but you can, cause I like a teddy bear too. But,
so if a little nigga came to approach you, you like
little nigga like 5'3", little nigga,
like 5'5".
Yeah, I'ma laugh at you. Cause I'm 5'7", so
you need somebody at least 5'10".
Yeah, I'm really not gonna take you serious if you're under 5'7".
Okay, fair enough.
Cause you a child. I don't know what to do with you, sir.
Oh my God, that's not like a fantasy for you. Have you ever been with a little dude?
Yeah, my baby daddy little.
Which one?
My oldest son.
He's smaller than you?
He had a little growth spurt when he turned, 21? But
You older than him?
no, we about the same age.
Okay.
But, yeah, no.
Okay. So he would look tall and skin tone. You have a preference?
We don't like light-skinned niggas.
We ain't colorists, but we like them chocolate.
Yeah,
we saying.
we like chocolate,
You know
medium
what?
brown.
Let me tell y'all about that, because when dudes be kind of saying that, like, I never feel some kind of way, because I'm like, hey, everybody got their preference.
Right.
I just be thinking, like, how could you not like chocolate? Like,
That part.
you know, that's what I be thinking. But hey, it don't
Tasty.
You know, it don't make me no. Never mind, right?
Right.
Because I mean, yeah, whatever. I just done heard some things. I feel like we always like. I got a preference, but I've seen some nice looking light skinned guys.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't date them
At all. Because most of the time he looked like he probably in the mirror more than you, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Brushing
Move back. Let me get.
brushing the fade all day long. Bro, you got braids. It's just a little bit. You ain't got to brush it that much. Chill out.
But that's no cap. I have seen a lot of nice looking light skinned dudes just like, I wouldn't date you. You too damn fine.
Too fine. You look like you gonna cheat on me.
You know? I wouldn't even take that chance.
Mm-mm.
So, and it has nothing to do with color, because I done seen some fine ass dark skinned dudes, and I'm like, bro, especially the ones with the grills and waves, and they be cut and trying to talk. Boy, no. No. So, it ain't about the color, but, you know, that's just me. I've seen, so if you're a light skinned dude and ever tried to holler at me, that's why, because it's just not my preference. So, you like them tall,
Yes.
little built, dark.
Just look like you can pick me up.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Because that's a whole lot of ass.
Yeah.
I feel you on
Don't
that.
be telling my business.
I'm just saying, you know,
They can't see from the waist
what
up.
finesse 2 times say? Can't do no with no skinny hoe. She gotta be a thick bitch, period. Big player. Can't do nothing but no
That's
skinny
what I'm
hoe.
saying. Just look like you can pick me up.
Yeah.
And we good.
Okay.
In the hood.
So what about career-wise? Like, do you have a certain guy that you, like, some girls are like, okay, I want like a blue-collar dude. Some girls like, I like street dudes. I like...
Okay. When it comes
I
to
don't know.
that type of guy, I'm going to say I like ambitious men.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disregard nobody's hustle whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? If you out here getting it, you getting it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? However it may be, whether it be the corporate world, whether it, you know what I'm saying, may be in a regular 9 to 5. However you getting it is how you getting it, as long as you're getting it and you're not lazy. But when it comes to the other thing, like if you drug dealer, jailbird type of dude, in and out of jail, that ain't never been my cup of tea. And you know what I'm saying, it's a couple of dudes that done told you before they done tried to shoot at me, and I just straight up tell you, bro, you be in jail a lot, and I am not the bitch to hold you down. I'm not the bitch that's gonna hold you down at all. Like, you need to be in the free world more than you're on the inside. So if you can't manage those two and just manage to be out here, you definitely need to find another ride or die, because I'm not her. I'm snitching. I'm leaking that shit.
They can have a hustle, just not an illegal hustle that's gonna have you in and out of jail.
I wouldn't say that. Because, I mean, if your hustle is illegal, but you ain't got to go to jail about it all the time, or you smart with your shit.
In and out of jail, you got an illegal. Yeah.
In and out of jail,
something illegal, that's between you and God. But if you're in and out of jail behind it, I can't roll.
I can't roll with you. But if you get in your bag and, you know what I'm saying, you can keep yourself out of jail for years at a time until somebody leak your shit or something happen, I'm not knocking your hustle whatsoever. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I've dated men that didn't work at McDonald's, but I've also dated men that worked, you know what I'm saying, XYZ. I don't disregard nobody hustle, because we not perfect and we all still got journeys to take. You know what I'm saying? If you not where you want to be right then, who's to say that God didn't put us together so you can get there type shit?
Right,
so with that being said, like I'm never going to disregard nobody hustle. Like one of my favorite exes is the reason I love ambition in a man, because as long as you see a goal and you keep trying for that motherfucker, like I'm gonna respect you and I'm gonna get you there. I'm gonna try to help at least, you know?
Yeah.
That's just how I see that. But I ain't never been too picky on no career, or you gotta be a doctor, you gotta be making 6 figures,
Right.
As much as I like that shit, but, you know what I'm saying, as long as you're a genuine person and you got a good heart, you're definitely cool with me.
Okay. So, can't be in and out of jail. Tall, dark, big. Why do you think you're single? Honestly.
No lie, I am mean as hell. I have
You can pour you another cup,
okay,
and then if you want, you can just give me whatever.
I got you. Because I don't need no more.
No, you're good.
But
I know we gotta drive. That's why we
That
not
part.
drinking like that.
but
We'll sober up before we leave.
in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like mug. I think I'm single because I'm mean. I am mean and zero tolerant. But I also think I'm single because when you go and sign up and say, well, I'm gonna do this, I still want you. Act as so.
Yeah.
But if you can't act as so, or you don't have that time, stop going to look for that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you hit me up and you say, I got the time and the communications and the effort and the consistency for you, Gabby, just give me a chance and open the door. Okay. I give you a hot 48 hours. And if it don't work, I will shoot you a text message and say, sorry, it's not going to work. And I'll block you right after.
Yeah.
That's just that's how I operate.
You're just very firm and straight to the
I'm
point.
very firm, zero tolerant, like no.
So do you feel like you might have possibly cut off some good dudes?
Probably, but I don't give a damn.
Yeah. So that's why she's single, y'all. So for the men that be like, oh, y'all women don't never be honest, talk about y'allself. My bitch just was talking about herself. That's why she's
I
single.
will tell you, I am
Period.
single because I am mean, and like I said, really and truthfully, to get through my meanness, because it's been a couple of dudes that done got through my meanness, you got to be able to step.
Yeah.
You got to step when you come to me, because if you say, Gabby, I'm going to be here for the consistency, the communication, and that other thing I'm asking for, that effort, you got to step with that. You got to also back that shit up. Okay, baby, today is my day off and I'm coming to see you. So be ready at 8. Step.
Yeah.
Because to me, I'm going to be like, okay.
Yeah.
There go your consistency. And then you picking up the phone and saying, good morning, beautiful, or whatever the case may be, and keeping in touch with me throughout the day and letting me know how you feeling, and I'm letting you know how I'm feeling. That consistent communication throughout the day. Like, that's stepping to me. You showing me you all in. But when I lose you for about 24 hours and I was busy, my bad. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care if I missed out on the opportunity, because obviously I didn't, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't the opportunity for me, because I obviously was going to have to teach you some shit.
Right.
And I'm tired of teaching.
And that's what I was going to say. You tired of going through the same stuff.
I'm
You
tired
see
of
the
teaching.
red flags and you're like, okay, I already know this not going nowhere.
Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, yeah, it's definitely, I know why I'm single, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a preference at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because even with being single, I still have open options. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like everything in the world shut down on me, like these motherfuckers ain't still in my DM.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can go out on a date if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I can go and have a great time, or have a cuddy buddy, or I can, you know what I'm saying? I could do those things, but I'm really focused right now. So I'm okay with continuing to be mean.
I feel you on that. I mean, like you said, it's a preference. Some people might not believe that, and they like, oh, girls just say that. But trust me, when you a girl that know, like, when you step, niggas is gonna holler, or you post something on social media, people gonna be in your DM. It's not hard to get a date. Like,
At all.
It's like, okay. let me
Everybody
text
all of a
this
sudden got a crush on you from way back when.
Okay. Well, I'm bored. I got time now.
What's up?
You want to go out? I mean, it's that easy. So I get what you're saying. And
Yeah.
when you want to date somebody, you can always be like, okay, I'm going to date this person for this long, but then they're not working out, so you cut them off. And then you can say, okay, I don't want to date nobody for a while. It's kind of like a choice. Do you want, like, do you have a time frame? Like, okay, in like a year or two, I want to be in a relationship.
Yes, honestly, I'm gonna give myself about 5 years, to be honest with you.
Okay, that's a long time.
I know.
What are you gonna do in those 5 years? What's your plan? Because I didn't know when I met you, but you do modeling. Right now, you work like a regular 9 to 5. So within
two 9 to 5s.
I was gonna say 3. Don't you got like 3 jobs?
No, girl, I let one of them go, but I definitely still hold on to 2. I'm working at FedEx and still at Quick Trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely let one of those go. And what was the other question you asked me, Mama?
Like what you doing the modeling? What do you plan on doing these 5 years that you're single?
Leveling up. Leveling up to the utmost. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like we talked about before, it's a full-time job trying to be in a relationship. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, committing to a person. Because when I commit to you, I tell you that I'm going to give you attention and I'm going to support you. And I'm going to communicate with you every day. And I'm going to come see you. And I'm going to make time for you and make that effort. I know what comes with being a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I have time for that within the next 5 years. My level up is at its utmost. Like, I've felt the energy and I've heard from the universe. It's my time. So I can't take on no distractions. You know what I'm saying? I can't take on anybody, you know what I'm saying, getting in the way of where I'm going right now, because me and you both know that I've already flipped my life upside down moving here. You know what I'm saying? For that particular gentleman. And to remove my kids away from me for 3 to 4 months to get my life back together, it's been a traumatizing experience for me and my babies. So it's like, I done heard from the universe. I done heard from that energy. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go now. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight on the pedal. So it's like trying to commit to a dude right now.
Yeah.
It kind of make me cringe. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people would do that, though. Will realize that their life is not where they want it to be. So instead of trying to date and get in relationships, which will be a distraction, get your shit together.
That's exactly what
and
it
that
is.
way you attract the right person.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not in the forte right now. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, when I say I know what it takes to be a girlfriend, I can't, you know how I am. When I give somebody my word, I try to keep it. So, and if I'm like that, I'm not going to go and tell no young man that I'm interested in that I'm finna solely waste his fucking time.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would be doing. I'm going to solely waste your time, sir. I don't have no time to fit you in my schedule. I don't. Unless you're moving in within 3 months, which I'm not even allowing that shit either. So there's no option for no man in my life right now. I'm not allowing anybody to move in.
I don't see a man meeting that much of my standards, I think is what you're saying.
That's basically
and they're
what
not,
I'm saying.
You know, and you have to know, what do you want? So for example, for a man to say, you know what is it going to take for me to marry you? Well, currently you have to pay off all of my debt. All of my debt.
Right.
If you can pay off all of my debt, I believe that you could possibly take care of me. Okay? If you can't do that, then we don't have nothing to talk about, because I have a car note that I'm leasing. I'm sure I owe the IRS thousands of dollars.
I don't think I owe.
have credit card bills.
I got them.
I'm sure I owe on apartments. Other car loans that I haven't paid.
If you can manage that, like, cool, because that's what I'm doing right now.
It's like
I'm in the midst of doing that right now, and if you can support me and get me through it, we making talk business.
But if you can't even do that,
don't be my distraction right now.
Because I can just, my bill's probably the same.
Exactly.
That's why I can't get out of debt, because I'm trying to clear debt, but I still gotta live. So you're gonna have to help me do one or the other. And if you can't do that, we don't got shit to talk about. Because I'm not going to marry you. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. I'm not going to be in a relationship with you. Because listen, men only want pussy. Sis, stop letting him lie to you.
That.
Like, he telling you he beautiful. Have you seen his baby mama? Have you seen the bitches that he talked to? They not beautiful, right? So it don't matter how you look. You have a vagina.
And that's all you
And
need.
9 times out of 10, it feels good.
Yeah.
And that's all they care about. They know you have a pussy before they know your name.
That part. They looked
don't
at it like
care.
3 times before they looked in your actual fucking face.
Yes. So why are you just going to give it to them so easily for nothing? No.
For nothing.
No. I need to know that once you fuck, if you do decide that you don't want to be here, well, at least it was worth my while because...
I got something out the deal.
Yeah.
Other than a wet ass.
Because that's all he's coming for, sis. I know y'all heard it since y'all was a child, but at 31, I'm here to tell y'all it's true.
It's still
That's all
true.
they want.
Still true.
So, dating, I feel you, is just something that I think that I want to do. But girl, Isaiah is on this weird lovey-dovey stuff. Like, girl, I have to give you the update on his ass. You know he came back over my house beating on the door yesterday?
Oh, shit.
Yes, girl, I have to give you the update on that shit.
Okay, yeah, we definitely go update on that.
Yeah.
So, what I was going to say is, if I came to you as a woman, like, say if you was a dude, and you was just like, Gabby, what would it take to be your man right now? Or marry you? If I laid out all my stipulations, which I'm fizzing to, do you think you would still want to date me after I say wait on me for 5 years?
Sexually?
Both, all the way around. Wait on me for 5 years.
Don't date other people. Don't talk to other people. Don't have sex with other people. And
just spend time with me and be my person for 5 years.
Okay.
Because that's how long I need.
Okay.
Wait on me for 5 years.
Okay.
Support me
Support you how?
in every aspect. Help me clear my credit.
Okay.
Those 3 alone. Are you still here? Are you still sticking around, or have you left already?
I got some questions.
Okay.
The 5-year wait.
Uh-huh.
I can do that. We're going to have to go to church or something. Because I'm going to need a lot of strength. High power. Okay.
I need some strength.
But I can do it because you're so beautiful and I love you. And I feel like it's worth it. Okay. Support you. What do you need support in?
Mentally.
Okay.
Physically.
Okay.
In every
so
aspect.
mentally, do you want to do therapy? You want to work out? You want to go on walks? You want to meditate? You want to do different stuff? Okay. Physically, how am I supposed to support you if I can't fuck you for 5 years?
Wow. What you mean?
Like, do you want a massage? You want a hug? You said physically support you.
Let me ask you a question. Is this something that you think you could deal with? Even asking those questions, like you kind of curious about them and et cetera. But if I were to answer those questions, do you think that would be something that you could deal with?
I mean, I could, but I'm going to be tempted.
Exactly. So that's why I just eliminate relationships altogether. Because those are things that I won't actually.
So what about you?
saying?
Do you think you could hold off for 5 years?
No.
So why would you say that?
Because I have toys, okay? I'm gonna be okay. I don't necessarily need a dude. I don't.
So what do God? So he can jack off, I guess.
Who?
The guy that's waiting on you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do what he gotta do. But
so what about if y'all send nudes and videos and stuff?
that's
y'all can
cool.
do that?
We can definitely
Okay.
do that.
That might help him out.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm definitely not wanting to be touched, like whatsoever. And it's
Okay, let's talk about these toys though, bitch. I'm glad you brought that up. So for all y'all that don't know, I don't play with toys. I don't have toys.
But I do.
And we was talking one day in the car. I don't know. I forgot what made her ask
You
me
need to
that.
get your life together. You hear
And
me?
she found out that I don't have toys.
Not one, and you're getting one.
I don't play with toys. It's never been my thing. I don't mind. I'm sure, like, you know, if we go into the sex store, I've had some before, but I'm not. No, I don't have none. It's only because, okay, dick is not hard for me.
Wait, what?
Dick is not hard to get, right?
Right.
So, like, anytime, like, I'm just horny, it's just, like...
But see...
And then I'm usually always in a relationship, and I don't date dudes that can't fuck or that don't eat pussy right.
Right.
So, this is just a secret.
But
any dude I'm in a relationship, give some good head. Cause
that's the thing
so
about
I be
it, though,
pleased, like good.
The thing about me and my toys is toys, no disappointment, no STDs, no headache. When I'm done, I turn that bitch off. I put it in my drawer, and I ain't gotta talk to you for the rest of the motherfucking night, or I ain't gotta cuddle with your hot ass. I'm gonna put it in the drawer, and I'm done. I got my nut.
Oh my God.
I ain't gotta worry about if I'm gonna get my nut or not.
Okay, I guess it's the chemistry for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the toy don't moan, the toy don't grab you, Mm-mm. Dang, did I unplug something? Oh, no.
No, pop back on.
I don't know. It's just, you don't have that energy. The same
I get
the toy.
that. I definitely get that.
Sex is just different, I guess.
It is.
For me, it's not just like the feeling. Like, I like the emotion.
It's definitely mostly the feeling. Like, but it depends on what you're doing. Because we both know it's a difference between fucking and making love. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm making love, it's definitely a part of the emotion, the passion, the atmosphere. Because I've had sex to the point where we forgot what room we was in. It was so passionate. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing else around us mattered. We just saw each other during this passionate ass sex. But then it's also the fucking. Fucking is
get
just
your rocks off.
Yeah, just, you know what I'm saying? Because I got that feeling of them hormones right then. Let's go and get this out the way. Mm-hmm. So me and you both talked a couple of times. We've talked about how men get theirs, and it's harder for us to get ours because you know what I'm saying, it's harder to get off to male penetration, which is another reason I started exploring into toys anyway, because I could never get off to male penetration. You can all day long and it's doing nothing for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually need extra stimulation. But back then, when we first started having sex, men wasn't taking that extra oomph to figure that shit out. Yeah. So it was just still straight male penetration, nothing. He get his off. I just lay there like, I guess this was sex like. Okay. And then I started exploring my body, and I actually made myself climax for the first time. And I was like, shit, I want to nap right now, like instantly, because it felt that good. Damn. So it was like... You know what? Do they make other shit so I don't have to use my hand all the goddamn time? Like,
you fell in love with masturbation?
I did. Oh, wow. I fell in love with masturbation. And also I fell in love with the safeness of it. You know what I'm saying? Because we both know men will cheat. You know what I'm saying? And whoever the fuck they cheating with might cheat on them.
And they don't go to the doctor.
You see what I'm saying? And that shit just trickle back down to us. I know where my toy is at all times. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about my toy being used by XYZ. I don't have to worry about my toy touching no other cat, no other penis, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about none of that. So dealing with that when I go on my long periods of time of being single, because me talking about being single for 5 years now, it's not my first time. I've been single for 2 years at one point in time, and my friends kind of just pushed me back into a relationship like, bitch, you've been by yourself too long. Yeah. That's cool. But after discovering I prefer to stimulate myself, like it's easier to get through those times. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, when it comes to making love, I prefer to have a man. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the experience. You can't have the making love experience without.
So what you're saying, basically, with you being on this 5-year plan, sexually, it's not going to bother you because you're okay with pleasing yourself.
Exactly. And I may occasionally tap some shit in between the 5 years. We're not going to say we just celibate, but we definitely keep into ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We keeping our temple and our body and our mind. You know what I'm saying? We going through a full body healing process.
So could you date somebody for 5 years?
Hell no. No. I'm not even finna sit here and lie to myself.
This girl don't know.
I couldn't date nobody and leave them on for 5 years. That's just wrong. I couldn't let that sit on my conscience because even with the 5 years, I'm not putting out enough as a person.
I am a sucker for love, girl.
That's what I'm saying.
And I wish I wasn't like that. I be putting on this boss bitch like persona, but
you really a crybaby.
Yes, when the right guy comes, I just be like, oh, God. A relationship. Like, not that. And it's crazy though, because I'm okay with being by myself. Like I said, I would love to date a dude that doesn't want to live with me. And I would love to marry a dude that still don't want to live with me.
But see, we talked about this, B. It has to transpire. It has to. Just like me asking for a person to be with me for 5 years and not touch me and we're not in a relationship, wait on me. That shit sounds drastic. Like, you dating and being with somebody in a relationship for XYZ and them not ever moving in is just, that's just ignorant.
I just know me, and I get tired of people because
you would have
everybody's
to find an
different,
older guy that's okay in his own space and don't want to move in with your ass just as much as you don't want him to move in with you.
Yes.
That's what you're gonna have to find, because
yeah.
Everybody else, like, I feel like most men out there, whether they got their own spot or not, them being younger and the way they vibe off of our energy, I feel like a lot of people like us. You know what I'm saying? So when a motherfucker vibe off your energy or my energy, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to not want to be around you every day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
We can see each other. It's just, I don't know. I'm just okay with living. That's why I say, like, some women, they gotta have a man there. Like, oh, he gotta sleep in with me. He gotta be around me.
Go home.
And I'm not like that. But I like being in a relationship. I like waking up every day and I gotta bathe. Okay, like, if that makes sense. So I like having a boyfriend or a significant other, somebody to date. I like having somebody to claim. I guess. But
your heart loves love.
Yeah,
that's understandable. I'm the same way. I've just learned to contain mine just a little bit better because, like you said, you wear your heart on your sleeve. I used to be that way, but I had to learn to put that bitch in my pocket because motherfuckers will play with that bitch. Yeah. Like, they'll poke that bitch like it's a fish in a motherfucking bowl. Like, poke until you reach a certain level. And like I said, when I was telling you, like, stop letting people take you out your character. Same thing with me. I wore my heart on my sleeve a lot. And when I say motherfuckers will poke at it, you know what I'm saying? Until I exploded. Because I held so much in. So it's like,
yeah,
I can't wear my heart on my sleeve no more. I got to put that bitch in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I got to maneuver a certain way through this motherfucker because not everybody know what you're capable of, so they're going to try you at every aspect. So I don't, I can't let people take me out of character. I can't go down that road again. So we definitely be trying to move in a different aspect. That's why I say with the 5 years, I said it like that because I know that's something that I wouldn't expect anybody to do as a person. I wouldn't expect no man to stick around and wait for me for 5 years to actually want to start a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we were already in a relationship throughout this 5 years and I'm just gradually going into us moving in. No, I don't want a relationship at all until this 5 years is up.
Right, you got stuff to do in this 5 years.
Exactly.
Well, you might meet a tall, dark, big, successful dudes that gonna support you and pay off all your credit and be with you in 5 years, and then when you ready, he's gonna be like, it's been 5 years.
Because I'm gonna try to goose him. I'm just playing.
I don't have nothing, because this is what I do. So the last part, I just want you to give the listeners a life update. So we know that, let me give y'all a summary. My friend Gabby, who I met at Waffle House, we've been cool. I don't know, maybe like what?
Almost a year now.
Yeah, almost a year. Super cool chick. She's a Sagittarius like my mom, which is, I think that's why we vibe.
Yes.
She's also a boy mom of 2. She just got out of a 8-9 month relationship with a guy. She moved in with him. Didn't work out. She moved out. She is now single. And she wants to keep it like that for the next 5 years. No matter what happens, she is not going to let no dude distract her from her goals. So what can we expect from you as a life update in these next 5 years? Are you going to get more focused on the modeling?
Yes.
On what can we expect?
So I'm definitely in my bag right now for sure. But with the
That's
modeling, I never really got out of touch with the BBW social network that I was with when I started modeling a while ago. So kind of stepping back into that, that's more or less going to be my goal and my focus. Just getting my foot all the way back into that modeling game and just taking off from there. Because a lot of the modeling I did back in the day was photo shoots and, you know what I'm saying? Just look, different things like that. But I did a couple of runways and etc. like that. Like I did one for my hometown for a beauty school. One of my homegirls, Lane, she was going to the beauty school and she just kind of needed some models, and I just happened to be modeling at the time, so she kind of snatched me before everybody else did. And I did a runway for them. I did a bunch of casting calls and some more other things, but comp card is ready, and I'm definitely ready to take it a step higher this time when I come back into the modeling game.
How long have you been modeling?
Let's see. I started modeling. Let's see. I was supposed to get engaged in 2020. So I started in 2018.
Okay.
So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So give or take about 6 years. Like I said, it hasn't been consistent. I stepped in when I first stepped in. I stepped in really hard, and I went, like I said, doing a bunch of casting calls, photo shoots, did a bunch of collabs with a lot of women. Got a mentor or two and some other things, but I did slow down, and like I said, about 6 years I've been modeling. Plus size.
What do you like or love the most, or enjoy, or what's your passion when it comes to modeling? Like, what are you really in it for?
I am in it. That was the question I really needed you to answer. To ask. I model for girls like me. Mm-hmm. Girls that are scared to show certain scars. Girls that are just against all of the odds. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I felt coming out of the hospital. I don't know if anybody noticed as we been doing this interview, but I am a burn victim. You know what I'm saying? And
do you want to show you? So when I first met Gabby, I don't think I noticed it.
Mm-hmm. Nobody ever really does anymore.
Yeah, I think we got on a conversation or something, or we was smoking or something one day, and I just happened to ask, and you gave me the story on it. You can give it now if you want. You don't have to.
Yeah. I mean,
but I think it's a really deep story. So,
but to finish answering the first question, and then I'll get on the story about my burns. I definitely do it for girls like me that are against all odds. Getting out the hospital, it was an era where we had cheerleader skirts back in the day in the 90s. You remember the cheerleader chingy skirts girls used to always wear? Yeah, those skirts.
A little throwback skirt.
I had just got out the hospital when those skirts came out, but I've always been this diva girl. I've idolized Beyonce and some other shit. Like, I've always been this diva girl my whole motherfucking life. So Beyonce, getting out the hospital and I'm seeing these skirts, but I have fresh scars on my leg. I have fresh scars on my arms and 70% of my body. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going outside like that. I'm not showing my skin like that because I got a big cast on. I got these fresh burn marks that look just disgusting to me. You know what I'm saying? So I went through a whole trial and error of regaining my confidence even with these scars.
How old were you when this happened?
I was about 11. I was about 11. I was in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
So
basically you went through your whole teenage life
trying to rebuild my confidence. And I mean, that's one thing I did love about Corsicana. Like, they gonna have your back no matter what you look like. You hear me? With them, like, it was, like I said, going to the hospital, getting out the hospital. I never felt like an outcast, but I felt like an outcast when it came to my inside and the things I wanted to wear. My friends never treated me differently. You know what I'm saying? Even with this cast and going to therapy and just going through everything I was going through as a kid, you would think, because we know kids are cruel as shit, you would think they made fun of me. They didn't. You know what I'm saying? They were welcoming and they were still, you know what I'm saying, my friends. So, you know what I'm saying, going through that traumatic thing, it always made, because growing up after getting burned, only thing I wish to do, and I may get a little emotional when I say this, but the only thing I wish to do was be a normal girl again. You know what I'm saying? I never felt normal after receiving these scars, because it was like, yeah, you can go outside and put this skirt on and dare a motherfucker to look at you, but in the same sense, how does it make you feel when they actually look at you like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When they look at you like a project or an insect or however they looking at you at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can ignore them and tell them to look the fuck away or look away from your legs, but it still gives you a feeling when they still staring. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like, you know what they staring at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can't help it because it's intriguing. And that's what I've grown to realize, even with living with these scars for so long. I've grown to realize that these scars are intriguing to people because they don't necessarily know right away what it is. But when they hear my story and what I've lived through, it doesn't become immediately sympathetic or empathetic from anyone. They see me as strong. So that's why I take my scars a different way now. You know what I'm saying? Nobody feels sympathy for me no more. They just look at me like, damn, you've been through a lot and you still here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my scars don't bother me no more. That's why a lot of people, like when you said you didn't notice it at first, nobody really does anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So I like that though, for that being the main reason why you do it. And do you feel like it's helped really contain your confidence with the modeling, and you know, people see you and they like, shoot, I got this going on, I could do it.
Yes.
You know?
I can definitely say I definitely put on for my city. Like for Corsicana, like the support they gave me when I would go back home. Like I definitely feel like I was a support system and I was something for real when I definitely started modeling, because I would step out into things that a lot of my plus size chicks in Corsicana wouldn't even touching. You know what I'm saying? And to see Gabby do it, it was like, man, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of my plus size women in Corsicana got a lot more confidence after that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, Gabby did it. She burned and she big. You know what I'm saying? What's stopping me? You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of messages when I first went into modeling. You know what I'm saying?
You're so pretty though. I would tell you that because you are.
Thank you. You as well with your little chocolate self.
Thank you.
But yeah, I received messages from like classmates with their kids, and you know what I'm saying? That's what kept me going, and that's what made me want to go back. I would receive messages from my classmates just telling me how they got bullied, how their little girl got bullied at school, and they went back and, you know what I'm saying, showed them a picture of their classmate, me, and was like, she held her head high every day, even with these scars and burns, and don't let them kids treat you any kind of way. That was my inspiration of going back into this. You know what I'm saying? Because I needed to be that front and center to say, no matter what the obstacle is, keep going, because somebody gonna appreciate your shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me want to go back to modeling and what made me step in the first place.
Okay, so Gabby was burnt in the kitchen as a little girl, about 11 or 12. Severely burned.
70% of my body.
You fell, right?
Yes. I picked up a pot and I tried to put it out. And when I realized that we all know, as an 11-year-old, after it clicked in my head, remember the DARE classes we used to take back in the day, the fire classes and stuff like that?
Stop, drop, and roll.
Exactly. That shit. It popped in my head as I had this pot in my hand. You can't put a grease fire out with water.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was me picking it back up with one hand, but it was an old stone pot. So it's really too heavy for my little bitty ass. Excuse me.
Where was your mama?
My mama had left. She was gone to go to my grandmother's. It was my mama's birthday, actually, that this happened. Mm-hmm. She left and went to go do something for my grandmother and said when she got back, we were going to go out to eat. And I was like, okay. But me knowing, like me and you, when we go somewhere or we going to go do something, we can say it's going to take about an hour. But we women, how long is it going to actually take, Bianca? It's going to take us about 3 hours.
A little minute.
Exactly. So when my mom came home and told me, she was like, hey, I got to go do something for your granny, but we finna go out to eat for my birthday. Get up and get dressed. It was just, my mom's birthday is around spring break. So it was one of them times I was out of school. And you know how kids are when they out of school. They just stay up all fucking night for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So I stayed up all night for no reason. I had just fell asleep at like 6, 7 that morning. She came and woke me right the fuck back up after I had just went to sleep. And I ended up falling asleep as I was heating up grease. But yeah, she woke me up, left. My brother was there as well. He came in there and was just like, hey, cook me some or whatever you cooking. And I'm going to go pick up our aunt. And that's how I ended up being at the house by myself. But yeah, I fell asleep, woke up, saw the fire. I ran in to try to put it out. Now, people always ask me, why did you go try to put this fucking fire out?
It was like the stove was on fire?
No. It was, the stove was right here, and then you got a pot on top of it. It's full of grease, but inside of the pot is a big flame.
Okay.
So the grease was technically on fire.
Okay.
To answer everybody's question why I tried to put the fire out, it was because my brother and my sister had previously caught my mama kitchen on fire before my shit happened. Mm-hmm. And I saw the ass whoopings they got. I was one of them kids back in the day where you didn't have to go to a full example with me. All I have to do is just see that shit, and I'm not.
Yeah, like I don't want to go.
I don't want no parts of that. You know what I'm saying?
So you tried to clean it up before your mama got home, basically.
I tried to put the fire out before she got home because I knew that flame, it was so high. You know what I'm saying? It was already touching the vent thing that, you know, you cut on to pull up the smoke. It was already touching the vent that it was going to eventually catch it and spread. Mm-hmm. So in my head, it was, don't let this shit spread. Grab the pot, try to put this shit out some way, form or fashion. My first instinct was take it to the sink. I took it to the sink, and then I realized, mama got a fire extinguisher because my mom used to have foster kids. So with foster kids, you have to have a fire extinguisher in every room, you know what I'm saying, in order to pass inspection for you to get these children. My mom had a fire extinguisher in the kitchen. Why the hell I didn't use it right away, I don't know, but I didn't. So after turning around and trying to take it back to the island, I didn't make it because it was too heavy. And I ended up dropping it and losing it, and then I fell in the grease and the fire.
So it was hot?
Yeah. And it got 70% of my body for sure. Yeah. It got from my kneecaps down to my toes and my elbows down to my fingertips. And for a while, I just literally had to watch my fingertips fall off because that burn on that hand was so fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? The 3rd-degree burn, you just got to kind of let it take its course and the doctors do what they do. 2nd degree, on this side, it kind of heals by itself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of that healing process. Yeah. I can deal with this, you know what I'm saying, versus trying to grow my fingers back and the XYZ on this side, you know?
We have to just thank the Most High for the little things in life.
For sure.
At least
because I'm still fine.
Face card still don't decline, baby.
Still fine.
Yes. So I love that, though. Like, so as time went on, you learned how to live like that. And I think that's a beautiful story because it's so many people that deal with physical hurt and internal hurt. Mm-hmm. And they never can move past it. Right. And I don't know how you did it. I'm glad that you found modeling as a way to kind of embrace it, but I'm glad
modeling wasn't the first way because I did have to break out of a shell of wanting to wear regular clothes again. Mm-hmm. When I first came out the hospital, I wore pants and sweaters every day.
All the time?
Yeah, because I had a really big cast that was trying to straighten out my hand. I don't know if you ever noticed, but this hand never is straight. Yeah. But I wore a really big cast that was trying to straighten out my hand every day. And, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't want people to see me with all of these wraps on me and all of this type of stuff. So I wore sweaters and pants every day. And eventually, like I said, it got hot. And it was just like, I can't
look crazy.
Like I can't stop the toddlers from looking at me. I can't stop this person from looking at me. And trust and believe, my sister damn well tried to.
Yeah.
Like we used to go to Walmart and she'll see a little girl and she'd be like, "Mommy, what happened to this?" And my sister be like, "What the fuck you looking at?" Like she would get real defensive. So you know what I'm saying? I kind of started gathering the fact of I can't control the world and how they operate. You know what I'm saying? You are how you carry yourself. And if I carry myself like a victim, I'm going to always be a victim. And they're going to always see me and ask me what happened to you and what's wrong with you. And that's how I carried myself first thing out the hospital. But then it was just like, fuck it. I got to do something different. Like, I want to wear those skirts. I want to be a normal girl again. And if I got to force my way in and people look at me crazy, fuck it. And eventually people stopped looking at me crazy when I put them skirts on and they saw all my scars. You know what I'm saying? They was just like, shit, she having a good time. They didn't look at me as a different person or an outcast anymore.
Damn.